Hello, Northstar here with another Rebel Inc. Let's Play. Um, excuse me. I apologize. I'm a little bloated, long COVID digestive issues, plus stress from abusive family situation I'm stuck living in that I can't get out of because now long COVID. I'm disabled, unable to work. The government is screwing me out of SSDI because some of the work I did was for university while I was a graduate student, and so even though it would have earned payroll tax contributions normally, an exemption added in the 90s makes this kind of work not payroll tax eligible, and thus I get screwed out of earning SSDI work credits from it. I got screwed, which that plus a lot of time in grad school, one of the programs, because I did a grad program, then worked, then went back to school. And the second time I went back, they wouldn't allow me to work. They did not. Well, they couldn't strictly forbid it. They strongly discouraged students from working. And I guess it did allow me to focus more on my academics. I got straight A's in that program until I got long COVID and was disabled and had to leave the program because I couldn't do anything anymore. I couldn't even complete the last 3 courses I had. It was in my last semester, and long COVID is extremely debilitating, and it hit me really hard. I've learned a little bit to work around its symptoms now by this point after years and years, but there was no way I could do anything then. So yeah, so I'm not getting hardly anything. I'm getting a little bit from the state government, nothing from the feds. They put me through the ringer even for SSI medical clearance, but they won't give me the SSI anyways because I have too much money. Because if you have more than 2,000 in your bank account, not eligible. It's ridiculous. But I guess eventually my savings will be depleted if my YouTube doesn't start any money. So, yeah, I do apologize. Yeah, I'll delete this because I won that. If I'm, like I said, somewhat tired, digestive issues, abusive family situation that has me exhausted. Oh, let's do a different map. Pistachio Forest. You know what? No. Mountain Pass. It's earlier on the list. Warlord, I guess. Controversial. You think? Even the game devs have to acknowledge that using warlords is controversial. No, it was something the U.S. did in Afghanistan and Iraq. Can call them large personal militias. That is, well, they didn't directly employ these people. They utilize them to, quote, stabilize certain regions. Maybe something that feeds into some of my, I'm gonna need a lot of garrisons. Built relatively quickly. It's been a while since I did the word, so I might have to take a sec to remember how it works. But yeah, hopefully I can win this on brutal. Warlord, so pretty skill based, and since I'm not at my sharpest and I haven't played him in a long time, invasion is over and comp forces have been drawn. Even references, in an invasion. This area is larger, so I'll build my HQ here. Because of all otherwise often found problems with insurgents hiding in these areas. You start off with local militia. You can do compulsory work, which speeds up initiative rollout, but decreases support. Or you can do civilian shakedowns for money. Civilian initiatives. almost right from the beginning. You already start with some corruption. Let's start off right off with anti-corruption 1 and wait. 2. That might just be brutal. It might be the Warlord. I don't know. The Warlord can convert his old militia into national soldiers cheaply and quickly. However, the militia fighters have a different mindset to normal troops. You think? They're here to enrich themselves at the expense of pretty much everyone else. Start service discussions. Corruption's already a problem. So I do medical supplies to avoid making that worse, rather than right into education. Billionaire wants to go to Mars. Founds a rocketry firm. Musk. NASA's Pioneer space probe sends final communications. So it should be noted, maybe one thing that feeds a little bit into my ire with imperialism that led to stuff like the Iraq and Afghanistan invasions. Is how I got long COVID in the first place. There's a story here. They already want job stuff. Alright, start development discussions. And land rights, clarify those. Because if I don't meet the concern, well, support won't be high in the area I most need to stabilize. And I need to wait for inflation to come down a little. So I got long COVID from my roommate. Sorry, I got COVID from my roommate and I got long COVID from that infection. But the thing about the roommate I may not have mentioned before, and probably in any of my videos, is that he was ex-military. And specifically, he had served in Iraq, Afghanistan. In fact, for a long time, at a coffee maker, he gave me, out of a little guilt, causing me to develop long COVID, that had literally served in Iraq with him. That is, he had used this coffee maker stationed. He was more HQ than on the field. Intelligence kind of work. Speaking of which, district representatives. Here. Turn this down a tiny bit. It's pretty loud. Need urban outreach pretty soon, but there we go. Down to $4. Let inflation come down a little. Gotta get stuff done quick. Also work to speed up initiative rollout. Or blackmail journalists, gain reputation but decrease support. Gotta let inflation come down a little before the compulsive works. There's actually initiatives that there we go. To roll out, expand healthcare. School regeneration. Start doing education. They roll it very fast. Literacy drive doesn't contribute to further inflation. And they're still irritated about lack of jobs, even with the property tenures negotiated. I need need a development bank. Second here. Corruption. I mean, inflation come down a tiny bit more. Yeah, military initiatives. In a second. For South program, I don't have time to wait for it to come down to $2, so. National soldiers are only $2, slowly turning permanent. So are weaker than coalition slightly. So are weaker than coalition soldiers, but much less likely to antagonize locals. Wait to see where the insurgents pop up. There we go. Can't really fight them there. I can in the nearby zone. Get interpreters and guides so they do us in terms of antagonizing. Here should be able. Need to secure this road. Can't have everything cut in two by insurgents. Can't defend everything in the mountains, but it's important to defend this road, this mountain pass here. Let's double check. I got engineer. Yep. Sorry. Only $1 for the national soldiers now. Now that I've got this, because I would like the garrison roll here if possible. Perfect. And I think you need intel for it. That's where I was hoping I'd get that. Great luck so far. Alright, hold on 1 second and I'm going to save. Alright, sorry, back to stream years. Had someone chat with. Ooh, there are insurgents here. And here. Bloody A. I need to be a little more alert. So turn the volume back up a tiny bit. Corruption. National soldiers. Still nothing here, huh? Put these guys here. Oop. Now insurgents attack there. Guess I should have. Well, I probably wouldn't have attacked if there was a unit there. Another anti-corruption initiative. Use the coalition soldiers to spread intel. This area is not yet captured. Maybe I can prevent it. Oh yeah, I can prevent it from being captured. Make sure to tell proposed approved project you gotta do security. That massively helps support an Echo Victor there. Blockades. War orders local garrisons set blockades. Those who can pay will be allowed to use the roads. Garrisons generate money, but decrease support. It's fine. I'm low on money. It is on that main road that everyone would have to use, so in theory it would generate a lot of money. Okay. Protect that garrison though. Alright, commercial support. Gotta stabilize Echo Victor if possible. For civilian shakedown, I need money. And industrial support. I've just gone straight in for industrial, except something weird happened that tiny bit of time. I want to be able to repair like tax somewhere I totally didn't expect, such as here. Also, things that cost more tend to raise inflation more. Alright, civil assistance here. So these guys can help. Previously empty or abandoned school buildings that were becoming fit for purpose once more. Blah, blah, blah. So the roommate I had who gave me COVID, it's long COVID. He had been military. Also went and served in these wars, should have learned, you know, U.S. imperialism bad. He saw it firsthand. I mean, I've been Army ROTC once, so we could argue I should have had more awareness. I had far more most. It was, I mean, since high school, I was always like center left, at least Democrat, and drifted further left as I got older and older and learned more about the world. But in my ROTC days, I would still consider myself like more, a little bit to the right of Bernie Sanders at that point in my life. By the time I did that, partway into grad school, by the time I finished grad school, maybe about the level of Bernie Sanders, and a couple years later, somewhere to the left of him, to give you an idea of my political trajectory. But at this point, I'm literally a democratic socialist. But this roommate saw imperialism firsthand in Iraq. He should have known it was bad and, you know, taken some kind of action. There are people who've been in the military. All right, polio eradication. I'm already gonna start losing reputation due to the lack of support soon if I don't Stabilize more zones. Okay. I need more national soldiers. Really? That's something I expected. Bloody A. There goes the farmland ownership registry. Not gonna go along with the stupid, sometimes racist things people say about insurgents destroying stuff. Maybe the registry was corrupt. 61% corruption levels, there probably was some corruption involved. But, needs blockades here. Echo Tango. And there goes the militia there, really? Need more national soldiers. Pull troops back here. But it wasn't just that this roommate gave me COVID. It led to long COVID ruining my life. And even, and this was like 2021 when I got COVID, so at that point I was just becoming, or I had just become actually a socialist. Just finally, after seeing how the coronavirus was handled, that shattered my faith in capitalism. You know, the way millions of lives were just treated as unimportant in order to get economies reopened as quickly as possible. And indeed, the way disruptions to economies were minimized before things reopened, before there were vaccines available, at the expense of human lives. Right. TB eradication. Inflation's somewhat high, but I really need more support. So yeah. There's like this guy, he goes on like geopolitical power and democracy now. Sometimes he was a U.S. Army Ranger, so he did more hardcore stuff in my room, more hardcore stuff than my roommate ever did, to say the least. He's become an outspoken critic of imperialism, so it's not like. So that's the kind of thing that I would expect somebody who's seen firsthand that they might, especially someone who's highly educated with this roommate, might come to realize the lies they've been told about why we went to Iraq. I say because, well, I'm an American. Bring more coalition soldiers because the other one, these are about to go home. Alright. Corruption is the biggest loss of reputation, though insurgent activity is going to be a big issue too. Yeah, I know the insurgents control a number of connected zones. Alright, I need rural outreach. which makes everything more expensive from there on out, but I need to stimulate the loss of reputation. And I know I'm losing the PR battle too. Warlord has real difficulty with PR for obvious reasons. Bring some water supplies. Kept these guys as long as possible as they were helping to roll out an initiative here. I know what it was. The police recruitment. Yeah, that's important. Zone security so it doesn't get captured. This will increase inflation a little, but I won't be doing initiatives for a tiny bit. We need to effective procurement for one or more reduction of corruption. Rumors of insurgent gun smugglers in Charlie Yankee can launch a raid. There's a chance it's a local tribal dispute. Dismiss concerns. Or provide financial incentives for both sides to cooperate. Can't get troops there in time. I don't remember the outcome of that event too well. Alright, travel logistics, because I need people to know. PR office. Attack incoming. Coalition soldiers move quick, and if they stay in one place too long, they really upset people. Launched a raid, turned out to be a local tribal dispute. Hurt local support a lot. Wasn't going to stabilize that zone quickly, so oh well. And now we get these events. Ward, National Soldier, Unit Restless. The fighters in the Ward's own militia are not satisfied with the regular selling, despite the discipline required by the National Army. How will the operation respond? I can disband the National Soldier unit. That can be rough, to say the least. Pay a bonus. Costs money. Keeps the soldiers happy for now. Return a blind eye to corruption, which can really reduce your reputation, especially with my corruption size. So for now, a bonus. Yeah. Troops are cheap up front, but there's a ongoing cost. The word. Yeah. Actually quicker to move here than there. Oh well. About to attack here, I can tell. That's about a garrison. Another bonus. It's only 4 hours for garrison. We can build it. Garrisons do generate money with the Warlord, so it can help offset the costs of paying those bonuses. Yeah. This area's probably gonna attack soon. So reposition units around that. Don't like. Looks like this area's gonna be an attack soon. Yep, there we go. Incoming attack. Massive one. It's good that I anticipate it. Getting an eye for seeing them coming before it happens. Need export agencies. Really? I'm losing to lack of stability. I have 3 zones stable. You police chief boost security. Lovely. That event can be problematic. School supplies, because I'm still losing reputation. Due to lack of stability. Can't afford to have this area no longer stable. I know some people say maybe I expected too much of the roommate. You know, to use his voice as a veteran to speak up in favor of peace and anti-imperialism, but that should be the bare minimum for anyone who's seen how bad it is firsthand. And this roommate, he was aware of some of the stuff. It wasn't like he was brainwashed. Had conversations enough to know he knew these things were bad. He just didn't care to speak out or do anything about it. That's the upsetting thing. Alright, there we go. Attack there. Instead, he went and became an entrepreneur and was, well, all about building his own future. Knowing all the futures, you know, destroyed by Empire. Official contact with insurgent leaders. That'll be a source of reputation. What are they building here? Police recruitment. Yeah, I need to speed that up if I can. Sergeant leaders need the rep. It's too early for peace talks. Alright, livestock development. Development initiatives give a lot of support if hostile. Hostility levels are low enough. They're surprisingly high, actually. So, school expansion to reduce hostility. Another bonus. And to for a reputation hit from letting them do corrupt things. Another attack. I do need another garrison. If the game would bloody roll one for me. Basic sanitation. I'm trying to go more wide than tall with support right now. Increase over here. Decrease hostility and services. Alright, some surveillance drones because they don't increase corruption at least. Eventually they can give combat sensors. High desertion rate among national soldiers. Increase pay. Increase the national soldier strength. I have the money. Let's get the strength as quick as I can. Make a plan if nothing else. Surgeon attacks quicker. Alright, these guys gotta go home. A garrison, sure. Need those for the money as much as the security. Try and push in these mounds. It's gonna be a long fight, and initially these guys are gonna lose probably. Here's the foreign rival event. Start a foreign relations office. There's an insurgent camp. Can't do anything about it. $7 for a bonus now. Eventually you have to take the corruption option if you don't disband them. Sounds there. Commander attack. Okay. 6% chance of cutting pressure. Wait as long as possible. Maximize that. Not quite high enough. That fight's going poorly. Let's see if national travel logistics can turn around. Nope. Okay, then I'll have to send support. Oh, bloody. Can't let him take that, though. Bonus. More coalition soldiers soon. combat sensors could help in some of these fights. It's cheaper. Let's do that. Lucky enough to roll drones in the right place. You know? Arms upgrade. This fight went so poorly. Surgeons will pop up out of that area. Last time we can afford to pay out a bonus. Farmers celebrate booming poultry industry. Green zones aren't staying green when they are attacked. I need a police expansion. Some pressure on the rival. Try to do melee because this is getting to be a deadly situation. Could lose. Or it is not the easiest later. Which one is? Alright, time for coalition troops. Our troops will also help with not losing areas, because my troops are spread a little too thin. Just need roads for the same reason. Roads or highways. Infrastructure discussion's expensive because of all the corruption purges earlier, but main roads. Great. Insurgent leaders again. The bright side of all these green zones means more budget. An attack here is coming. Need a police expansion. This is gonna have to be corruption, but the longer you put off, the better. Because corruption has its costs, let's just put it that way. That's gonna take too long. Turn a blind eye. Increases hostility. Protest against that. You get more hostile population and more corruption often. Not corruption this time, interestingly, but Hostile population. Strategic communications will help. Another garrison, more money. Surgeons preparing attack here. Ah. Anti-vehicle upgrade. This fight's really going to be a pain. This looked like these guys are retreating to a green zone. I'm like, what? Corruption protests and sometimes even insurgent recruitment bonuses, but you need to know what's coming. Okay, I'm gonna have real problems with insurgent recruitments. Punish deserters because gotta win here. Oof. Intimidation tactics. I'm still losing. Rapid drone rotation. I need those combat essences more. And this time these guys are retreating to into a green zone. Ah, but I found one there. They haven't finished crossing into here yet, have they? Nope. Now they have. Can't have them going back this way and going down. Foxtrot uniform. Drawing forward before, and last time I turned a blind eye, I'm just gonna have to pay another bonus. For a bit. There we go. Students lose support. It's good, their capabilities are 123%. Attacks coming here, probably. And these guys in place because they're helping with the roll of initiative. And these guys want to go home. Can't have them getting in combat. And then pull him out, so we'll go back there. Just do highways. Need that, and the coalition troops here can help with highway rehabilitation. Troops are getting very much spread thin. Gotta push these insurgents further back. That fight there took forever. Gonna need airstrikes. Destroy some of these camps. Let's see if I can't roll in there. Oh, they're pulling troops out. Just perfect timing. Take advantage of that. I have to push them out. Okay. Oh no. Camps spawn fighters, so I had to do that. Too bloody many fighters around. These guys are gonna need support. Some can still be attacked from Delta Kilo. Oh, shoot. I've been putting this off. Right, I'll blackmail some journalists actually. But off the democratic transition because still too many red zones for elections. Time for more coalition troops. Put that off until I actually need it. New Air Force for national soldiers. Need an event to strengthen them. Got it. Attack here. Coalition troops Owens can arrive in time. Do some precision munitions to avoid hitting civilians. Rotation is really hurting my budget at this point. insurgents because I'm losing money due to insurgent activity. Can't afford to have the zone be recaptured. So troops there. Oop. Attack here. Oh, bloody camp down there. Need faster air rotation. Why won't they target the camp I can see? Out of that garrison. Or the airstrike because they can't afford anything else. Save. I'm on the verge of losing, but I think I can still pull this out. Higher corruption, higher insurgent capability. Turn one out of there. Corruption's not a problem anymore, but insurgent capability is. It's starting to fall. Finally, there goes that camp. That spawned an insurgent. There is security initiatives here, which might be able to deal with that lone insurgent. Or pressuring the rival. Close air support there, and there goes that one insurgent. Looks like the local militia took care of him. Eventually they'll roll out more in local militia there, I believe. You do get replaced, usually. So we have some remote outreach. There's like that. Insurgent activity is no longer costing me a reputation so quickly. Attacks incoming here. Seems I prevent it. Start moving here unless... And now they attack as soon as I leave. Hey, we're watching. And they're placing the militia. Lost. Cool. This goes home. Don't need him anymore. Wants money, hoping for an event where I can increase national soldier strength due to excess funding. Just pay this because this is irritating me. So we'll put off the democratic transition. Very long time now. Alright, I'm not going to get that event right away. International assistance for money. Reputation for money also. Sorry, secure enough. Should worry about attacks here. I want to be a little closer here in case I need. Pressure on the rival. So as Viv's going so long, getting towards victory. New company is open for business. So it's mostly contained now. Time for civil immigration for faster initiative rollout. There's soldiers. So we can stabilize those zones. Funding only charities that need the money. Don't really need the initiatives. Rights law for reform. Need the reputation. This buys me time, lots of time. This time, police patrols were destroyed. That's the slowest of the police things, but bonus is incredibly expensive. Still like an excess funding event. What? Faster air rotation. Oh, Oh, bloody hell, they spawned something? Need coalition soldiers for that. Just might. Female pilot makes headlines. There's enough security initiatives there. Really? And something there. Whatever. Train system, coalition soldiers can much less likely to antagonize locals. That's important. The vaccines gathering pace. See if I can't. Put these insurgents into a single zone. Make elections really much more feasible. Engage critics in the women's rights laws. Remote outreach too. Another garrison. Does produce money. See if ground troops can't destroy this insurgent camp. And summons lead to jobs boost. Some dirt roads. So trying to keep corruption so it doesn't cost me reputation. Roads would really help though. Mobility and initiative rollout. I wonder, but I could destroy all these insurgents so they pop up some random place elsewhere. It's not particularly effective. I have to surround them or they'll pop up who knows where. Oh boy, eh? This is gonna... No, that's... problems. Cool. Now I can try peace talks with insurgents. So few of them that to round up all those fighters. Prison subject leaders. So let's apologize. Antagonism as long as it's not going to delay the peace talks. And then weapons. Deal with that camp. More concessions, more rep. Since a huge number of insurgents can come out of nowhere very quickly. And there we go. As they just did. National forces remain indefinitely. Let's see, these guys are going to fall either southwest or east. Be better if they go southwest, 'cause then would it actually really? Well, yeah. It takes. I can completely surround them. Cool. Finally, fund the military. Definitely need it right now. That's why I kept such a large surplus so long. $12 that's crazy. Roads improved for isolated communities. Huh. Can deal with the corruption. There's no chance of antagonizing anyone. That. More concessions. Fighters very quick to appear there. And he might capture his own. Not fast. And there's more here. Accuse the rival at this point. Contain these insurgents. Have their escape routes. The police chief committing human rights abuses. The ward is a ruthless evil bastard. I might accept the peace deal at this point. I can just lower the insurgent numbers a tiny bit. Cool. I'm not going to stabilize in more zones, so agree the peace deal. Workplace is thriving. So the coalition soldiers home now. Voila. Warlord rules the region in 2023. And the luxury hotel gets reviews and cool. 5 stars, 6,000 points. I'm not the best at the ward, but succeeded. I hope you folks enjoy that. Take care of each other. Be kind yourselves. And may you always find guidance starting with you home. Until next time, this is Northstar. Adieu. And best luck.